there's a gray dot on 331, and I can't get my mind off of that.
So I'll purposely mess up like frame 300 or something like that for you of this video, just so that it's just fucked up. It's
you will be on my hit list then.
Do you have people on your hit list?
This interview kind of turned into something differently.
No, I don't want to dig up beef, but without naming names, are there people who you're just like, they might fuck with me, I don't fuck with them? Like,
oh yeah, there's a lot of people who I don't want to associate with. Even if they like just annoy the shit out of me, I don't want to associate with them. I don't want to have like a negative connotation in the relationship. It is always going to bring down the relationship. So, like, yeah. If someone just gets on my nerves, if someone accuses me of something, if someone does anything like that, then they're gonna be an enemy in mine. That sounds so edgy. They're gonna be an enemy. God damn, I can't believe I said that.
I've marked them in my notebook.
I'm gonna write you on the death note. Yeah.
So yeah, there are Tired Cast enemies, is what
there
you're
are
saying.
Tired Cast enemies. Yes. Even like dating back to early days of Tired Cast, there were enemies.
Well, hey there, Ty of Tired Cast. How you doing?
I'm doing quite alright. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you inviting me. This is quite an honor.
I'm curious, right off the bat, when did you first like get the inkling that you wanted to make videos, and what did you try and make?
Oh fuck. I first wanted to make videos when I was like 10 years old. I remember like watching PewDiePie, his like old Silent Hill 1 gameplay, like when that fresh was coming out. I remember his Amnesia series, and I looked at that and I was like, hell yeah, I want to play video games, and I want to like record that and make millions and millions of dollars off of that, get millions of fans. I'm still working on that, but I first started out with just like simple gaming stuff. I would like record on my PlayStation 4 with like the greatest 480p quality, a nice headset microphone like this. But I quickly moved over to commentary in like 2017, 2016. What was my channel name? It wasn't Tired Cast. It was... Fuck, what was... Anonymous Gaming. That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like 13, okay? Don't blame me for this shit. I went to like Michael's. I got this like just white mask that I put on my face and all that whenever I would do like face cam shit. And if I was not doing face cam, I would have like my PlayStation up, but I would record everything on my Kindle Fire.
Damn.
And I would just hold it up to like the monitor and start like talking shit about like Jacob's Tutorius or just like Joey's World Tour or like easy targets that everybody made fun of, which are still funny fucking people to make fun of today. But yeah, I quickly got rid of that, thankfully. Went back to gaming for a hot minute with with a Raccoon Company. That was another really good name. You can tell I was really creative with YouTube names.
I kind of like Raccoon Company. There's something there.
I used to like it. It was originally because of a Grand Theft Auto clan that I did with a friend of mine that was built up. But GTA wouldn't allow raccoon because the last 4 letters of raccoon is a naughty word.
Damn.
And I kind of noticed that other gaming companies like Roblox, other like child-friendly stuff, they wouldn't allow raccoon.
I gotta stray away from this. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. And
then like 2018, I wanted to make a podcast commentary channel. created Tiredcast, started editing shit on the PlayStation 4 Share Factory, and then in 2020 moved to computer, and the rest is history.
It seems like you've always been drawn towards commentary. Does that feel accurate?
Not early on. Early on, I just really wanted to talk about games or play games and all that, but I really didn't know how I wanted to, I guess, present myself. I didn't know what type of character I should create, because every YouTuber has a character. And I really didn't know how I could become entertaining just by talking, so I moved to commentary, because, like, making fun of other people, that's, like, easy to talk about. You could easily make a following off of that, clown on people, and then leave. So, yeah, 50-50 with, like, me wanting to go to commentary originally.
Well, so then now you've moved on from commentary again. You're out of it. What pushed that? What really spurred that to be like, I'm gonna do game stuff instead?
I think it's quite literally what you said about having niche content. Like, you just get tired of it, like, very, very easily, I would say. Like, at first I very much enjoyed it. I just loved making fun of a 13-year-old who had bad content just like me, or like a grown adult who has very bad content. But I kind of noticed that it would shift to me mostly talking about, like, groomers and nonces and people like that. And it's not fun talking about that. Like, even like talking to an IRL friend and they're like, oh, yeah, you're a YouTuber and you have somewhat of a footing. Yeah, what do you do? Yeah, I talk about pedos. What? Like, that's
of
just
all
the most
the things
embarrassing.
you could choose to talk about,
You could have been a cooking channel, vlogging. No, you get to talk about groomers, bro. Oh, what a great YouTube channel. But yeah, I just found it to be pretty draining when it comes to talking about that type of stuff. And I just started to appreciate it less and less over this year alone. And probably after my jelly bean video, I was just gone with it. I made it big with my channel by hitting over 100,000 views with that. And I was like,
please introduce me to your cat. I can't.
This is Felix. He always does this if he's in my room. He just jumps on my lap, climbs through back here, does whatever it takes to just be on my lap and play games with me. He just loves to be here.
He loves the camera, obviously. He's like, it's recording time.
Yeah. Oh my god. Is the Tiredcast speaking? I must interrupt him.
So you do your jelly bean video. And like most of the jelly bean stuff of that time, it gains tons of traction, helps you grow. But why that one?
I just felt like I did what I wanted to do with commentary. The increasing mental draining that I was having with talking about this type of shit just kept growing and growing. And I felt like now was a better time than ever just to pivot my content. If I would have continued with commentary, I feel like even if I had 10,000 subscribers, maybe pivoting my content would have been near fatal for me, or for my channel at the very least. Like with Tipster, he has over 100,000 subscribers, and he decided to pivot away to make streaming content, and now he's not even breaking 10k views, even after coming back to commentary. So I felt like I got the taste of commentary and the success in commentary, and I need to get out of here before I just don't want to continue with YouTube, or before I can't pivot it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess it made me curious. Do you feel like you see yourself in the future pivoting to a different style of content as well?
I don't know. I felt with this game review type thing, I'm having a fucking blast with it. This is so much better than when I've ever done commentary. I'm having like ideas on top of ideas on top of ideas, to the point where I have to like put stuff on the back burner that has already been recorded or edited, so I can just focus on one project at a time. Like, I'm just ecstatic to create content nowadays with this type. So for the time being, I don't see myself pivoting anymore.
But and it's like you're now creating content that, yeah, it's based on a game, but it's based on like your experience with the game, right? It's more of a self-produced content than it is like observing what's happening outside of you, taking that, laying down your opinion on it, right? So there's got to be a little bit more like a little bit more fulfillment in it. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the dramas or topics that would come to like fruition, I would just skip out upon because like I wouldn't care about the drama or care about the YouTuber. But sometimes I would just need to put something out for my channel. So I would like just half-ass the video, not care about it, release it, and never think about it again. But with this type of content now, I'm now picking out what I want to talk about. And it's just making me more excited now than ever. It's like a kid in a candy store.
So if there's a commentary YouTuber out there who feels like they might want to switch it up, but they're afraid, you know, they don't want to hurt their momentum, they don't want to harm their chances with the algorithm, what would you say to them?
Try it out like 1 or 2 videos at the first. Don't like full on 180 your content because that's just gonna hurt you in the long run. Start to gradually change. If you like it and you really want to pursue with the topic, continue with it and just gradually pivot it. Just don't go at it headstrong. Don't go gung-ho with pivoting content. Make sure you try it before you like it. Or, you know what I mean. I'm so fucking... I can't talk today.
Well, okay, I'm curious, what was your process like when you went to make a commentary video? Like, did you just grab a bunch of tweets, watch a bunch of videos, and then sit down and record your opinion? Did you script it out? What was it like, mostly?
Basically, I script all my videos because I just can't talk off the top of my head. I can't do it in a conversation. I can't do it while recording.
You're doing okay right now.
It gets my... Thank you, man. It really means a lot. So I usually script it out, but before I do, I like research what I have to research by looking up the tweets, looking up the videos and all that. Maybe I take a day off in between that shit because I just don't feel like creating the content, which hurts me in the long run. I upload a lot later than everyone else, which fucks me over. But yeah, that's usually the process. I research, get all the tweets I need, take a day or so. Then I start just getting to work, and I'll try to get everything done before the day's up. If it's like a 12-minute, 14-minute video, or even if it's like a 4-minute video, I try to make sure that I get it done in one day. And I feel like that also contributed to my burnout.
How often were you uploading at that time?
Twice a week, maybe?
Okay.
I want to say. Maybe a little bit spaced out, but... I wanted to try to keep that consistency.
So about twice a week, you were like, we're finding a terrible story, we're filling our brain with that, and then giving our opinion on it. Huh.
Oh, yeah. I know, like, I feel like Gossip Girl in the sense that I just know dirt about every single YouTuber that I see. Like, my dad one day, he showed me a, like... I guess a Facebook short or wherever the fuck Facebook is doing. And it was that GTA douche trooper 0.4 Live. Do you know him? No. He was like Sir Nando basically, where he would like say GTA 6 is coming out, and it was like 2016. Yeah, he showed me like a secret weapon that you can find in GTA 5 that can destroy everything in sight. And I looked it up. I was like, Dad, yeah, that guy's a liar. It's easily a mod pack. Like, he's done this before. And my dad was like, I don't care about the dirt on this guy. I just thought the video was cool.
Sorry, Dad. I'm not trying to spoil stuff for you. It's not real.
My damn niece watches Sniper Wolf like every day, and I have to look at it and just scoff every time. Like, Sniper Wolf. She hates cancer children.
Why would you say such a thing about Sniper Wolf?
I just hate her.
Do you feel like you find yourself to be a skeptic, or are you hopeful for people?
What do you mean?
Dude,
like skeptic
when you see a new YouTuber that you have no dirt on, no associations with, do you go, yeah, there's probably something fucked up about this person? Or do you go, there might be a good person out there?
Um, kind of a mix of both. It really just depends on the person and what they're doing. But I always try to stay hopeful. I don't want people to be like coming in trying to scam their fans, doing it 1000% for the money and trying to get as much money as possible. If that means just selling fake products or something like that, or doing something scummy. I always want to think that the YouTuber who is new and fresh is like young and ambitious and wanting to get better with every video. That's how I want every person to be.
Not necessarily trying to game the system, but just earnestly trying to make something. Like
Yeah.
So what's your process like now? We know what it is making commentary. What's it like making game videos?
So I try to upload weekly. I before tried to do it in the beginning of each week, maybe like a Sunday or Monday, but that's not been really working out all that well. But I will usually like play a game, like sit down, play an entire game. It could probably take like half an hour to a couple hours. Sometimes I might even stream that just to like interact with my viewers and not die of boredom at some moments. And then the next day when I'm like at my job or something and it's a very slow day, which is usually happens that time, I will like just full on write a script. It'll take like a couple hours, probably like 3 or 4 hours, and I'll just sit down, write a 7 or 8 page script, get it all done. On my way home, I'll probably send it to one of my friends or something so they can peer review it to see if it's pretty good to put out or not. Excuse me.
You're right.
And then maybe if I'm feeling it, I'll start to record everything. Which doesn't take long. I just always get like angry at myself stuttering or stumbling over my own sentences, stuff like that. But that's not very problematic for me. Then I'll get to editing audio, which is easy, and then I just send it off to my editor. And
how long have you been working with your editor?
I have 2 people that I really go to. One of them is Zach Quinn. He's a really nice guy. He's very ambitious. I've been working with him since June, I want to say, about that time. So we're pretty fresh working together. My other person is the channel with the freakishly long name.
Yeah. Good friend of the show, Jean. I
I love him. I usually go to him if Zach Quinn is just unavailable at the moment, and he does really good.
He's literally a wizard. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, I just see small edits of his, and I'm just like, I can't. My brain doesn't even function in that way to think of transforming a piece of film into what you have made it. Like,
dude, I don't know how somebody like him is just this good at editing. I've never seen a good editor as him. Like, I will send him a 13-minute long video, and I'll be like, I need this as soon as possible, but of course, take your time. I don't want you to be like, burn yourself out. But then the very next night, he will send it to me, and he's like, sorry for it taking so long. I'm like, what? Even I couldn't do that. What the hell, bro?
All expectations. There's no need to be sorry. So was the mindset to work with other editors just like, I want to be able to get stuff out faster, I want to make it, or do you feel confident in your editing abilities?
I'm starting to lose confidence with my editing skills, if I'm being totally honest. There are moments where I will open up Filmora. Yes, I use Filmora. And I would just like sit there and think like, is the stuff I'm putting out gonna be as good as like what Zach Quinn or the channel with the I'm not saying his full name every single time. Is it gonna be good enough to what they give to me? So I get like very self-conscious. I start to think that my subscribers will not like what I edit myself. So I usually so that's mainly the reason why I give it to them. But the other reason is just so I can keep to a consistent pattern over and over again.
Yeah. Do you find yourself a perfectionist?
Yes. I will look back at every single video of mine, and I will like just get visibly angry at like a mistake of audio or visuals or something like that. And my friends who are watching it with me, they would never notice it. And I would just go to them. I'm like, You notice that splicing mistake I made with my audio, dude? I hate that I cut myself off mid sentence. They're like, I didn't notice that. How did you notice that, buddy? And
Like,
so yeah, I'm
focused on every detail. I can't stop.
There's a gray dot on 331, and I can't get my mind off of that.
So I'll purposely mess up like frame 300 or something like that for you of this video, just so that it's just fucked up. It's
you will be on my hit list then.
Do you have people on your hit list?
This interview kind of turned into something differently.
No, I don't want to dig up beef, but without naming names, are there people who you're just like, they might fuck with me, I don't fuck with them? Like,
oh yeah, there is a lot of people who I don't want to associate with, even if they like just annoy the shit out of me. I don't want to associate with them. I don't want to have like a negative connotation in the relationship. It is always going to bring down the relationship. So, like, yeah. If someone just gets on my nerves, if someone accuses me of something, if someone does anything like that, then they're gonna be an enemy of mine. That sounds so edgy. They're gonna be an enemy. God damn, I can't believe I said that.
I've marked them in my notebook.
I'm gonna write you on the death note. Yeah.
So yeah, there are tired cast enemies, is what
there are tired cast enemies. Yes, even like dating back to early days of tired cast, there were enemies.
What makes you so beefable?
Just because I want to say because I'm a commentary, or I was a commentary channel. My whole shtick with commentary, or like any commentator, is to resurface drama or like instigate at a certain point. So, of course, I'm going to get on people's bad sides. There's no doubt that otherwise.
How would you describe the commentary community?
Oh, no.
You're a little bit more familiar with it than I am. I'm just an outsider looking in, but...
Oh, fuck. How do I say
Not
something without
names,
people getting
course.
pissed off at me? Of course, yeah. I want to say it's like a hurricane. All right, I want to put this like an analogy. All right,
Yeah, I like
it's at first when you're entering it, it's a whirlwind of shit going everywhere. People are starting drama with other people left and right. People are like angry, and then friends with each other and angry. And then you get to the eye of the storm where you finally have a name for yourself, and like people like you, or people respect you at the very least, and like you have people that you can go to, maybe not all the commentators, but just quite a few. But then like the tail end of the hurricane comes back, and that's usually like if you just get on the bad side of the commentary community, really. Even if you like start drama that's not in your favor at all, or if you're just an all-around scumbag, you will eventually get to the bad side of commentary. It could be something big or something just minuscule, but it's always just another whirlwind of shit coming at you. You know what I mean?
Does it feel good getting a little bit of separation from that hurricane?
Yes, it really does. I can now just look at dramas or whatever's going on in the commentary community, and I can just laugh at it. I talk with a couple of my like Discord friends in VC, and that's the most that I'll do and interact with it. It's not like I'm obligated to talk about it on a video or do anything like that, so it feels really fucking good to be outside of that hurricane.
You don't necessarily have to actually have an opinion every single time. You can think something. Do you ever look back on opinions that you did have and you're like, am I an idiot? Like, who would logically come to that conclusion? I mean, I feel like it's inevitable when your channel is to give opinions. You're gonna look back on some opinions and just be like, that's stupid. But what do you feel like your track record was? What's your battering average?
I don't know. I kind of keep it to a rule of thumb that I don't look at any of my videos that are over 6 months old.
Interesting.
Just because I get a little bit embarrassed of what I used to put out. But I would say maybe a good 40% I would get something wrong. Like something major wrong. Of course, I'm going to get something small wrong, maybe like a detail or whatever. I still get them wrong in my newer videos. But like about a 40% chance that I get something drastically wrong that would shift the opinions of somebody else. You know what I mean?
So let's see, your oldest that is up right now. Twitch thought demands for money. Now, honestly, I almost don't care what your actual opinion was here because this clip is hilarious. This chick is hilarious.
It's so, dude, that one was one of my favorite videos because I just made fun of the chick. I think it's the Invader V. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I love that one. I believe I made a follow up to that one because it was just that good.
Such a good clip that
it's so good.
What do you even say? I mean, you could say anything on top. You could dance on her grave all day because it's just insane.
It gets even better when you look into more of her clips where she was like, the earth is dying, seals are dead, the ice caps are melting, and it's just you and me. And it's
such
so
a banger clip.
It's so good.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, the original clip that was commentated on, she was basically like shaming her people for not subscribing, basically poor shaming anybody, saying that they should have money for this.
Yeah, if you're watching her streams for 2-3 hours a day, then you have to give her money.
You have the money.
$5 a month.
Yeah, it's only $5 a month.
I love Twitch thoughts, bro. Like, you see them once every few months, but they're always so funny to laugh at. Like that recent one where the girl literally had sex on camera and like had the reflection. Funny as shit, dude.
I thought that was wild. I mean, it's mostly wild for like, not even that it was in the reflection, just that it's happening in the room and you're choosing to stream. Like, just a weird setup going on there.
You couldn't be like patient. You literally had to click a button to say end stream and you could have as much fun as you would like.
I've not heard anybody talk about this, but in that clip that has gone viral, that girl looks like she has to pee so bad. She's like moving and standing up and squatting, and like the first time I was watching it, I didn't see the reflection. I was just like, go to the bathroom. You need to pee. I can tell. Go to the end. And I was like, oh, there are people banging in the room as well.
Oh, she's getting dick down. That makes more sense.
That's odd.
It's even greater that like this isn't the worst thing that's happened with Twitch thoughts acting sexual. Like there was that one who just turned on the webcam just to spread her cheeks. Like, I don't even know if you remember that one.
Did she get like a 3-day ban or something like that? Yeah.
She was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought this was OnlyFans.
I had turned on the wrong stream. I was going to do an OnlyFans stream. I'm curious, what do you feel about ASMR streamers?
ASMR, okay. I people might call me a simp or a loser. I think ASMR is okay. All right?
Yeah, I mean,
ASMR is calming, you know, you had a bad day, boss is talking shit about you, go listen to some chick just whispering in her microphone, dude. That's more common than you think. But I start to get uncomfortable when it's, like, overly sexual. Like I want to relax, not look at some titties on some screens, bro. Like, come on.
You don't like the, like, ear-sucking...
No, that's creepy. Like, just get the can and go... That's so much better than, like, sucking on somebody's ear. What would you do if somebody sucked on your ear?
I mean, I turned on one of those once, and it was just like... And I was like, oh my god. I was like, I cannot handle this. But I agree. I don't see that much wrong with ASMR. It's not really for me, but it is... The overindulgence gets a little too much.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about your old names. It just occurred to me, where did Tirecast come from?
So because of me originally wanting to start a podcast with a group of my friends, we were like the cool high schoolers who never went to sleep at 10, but instead at like 3 in the morning, So, of course, we always wanted to do, like, a cool shtick where we're just tired as fuck. So we would, like, live stream at midnight trying to do this podcast. The podcast had one episode that was 10 minutes because we all didn't know what we were talking about, and already I was done with everything. But I kind of just kept the name. I don't know why I kept it. I just didn't have any creativity behind of thinking anything new. Of course, Raccoon Company, Anonymous Gaming, those are already terribly creative names, so I just decided to keep it, and Tiredcast is now the greatest YouTuber ever.
Have you thought about changing it again?
I have, but I feel like I'm too deep in YouTube to now change it.
There's no turning back.
There's no turning back. I kind of like Tiredcast now.
It does have a good ring to it. Like,
it does.
There's something about it.
Not when, like, the big YouTubers pronounce my name wrong for some reason.
Wait, how would they pronounce it wrong?
Sometimes, like, I'll just donate to a streamer that I really like and all that, and they'll be like, thank you, T-Red-Cast? Thank you for the $5. I'm like, how do you get that name wrong? Like, I get some people who just, like, stutter and not know how to say Tiredcast, and it's a 2-syllable word. I'm like, oh, come on.
Really? They're very basic words put together.
Yeah.
Mine is funny. It's always funny trying to hear somebody pronounce. And I didn't tell you how to pronounce it. So
yeah, now I don't know how to say it.
You get to tell me how you think my YouTuber name is pronounced.
All right. Heflmyer. Hey! Yeah, let's go.
I'm so proud.
God. I should be your best guess now. I said your name correctly. God, you're best show ever.
Yeah, you're at the top of pronouncing my name correctly. Woo! Well, it's interesting because different people from across the world try and pronounce it differently. So Jean, who we spoke about, tried Heflmyer. So now Mayor is the nickname.
What was the worst pronunciation you got?
Love him dearly. Archambolt, Maximilian Archambolt. He's a VTuber, and Heflmyer is how he pronounces it. And
that sounds like a German name.
I know. He realized that it's Heflmyer, and I was just like, you've already been calling me Heflmyer for so long. I'm used to it. I don't just keep calling me Heflmyer.
Like, I swear to God, I would see that type of name in, like, Wolfenstein 2. That's, like, the submachine gun.
Your fan base. The Tiredcast stands.
Right.
What were they like when you were commentating?
Non-existent, really. The only people who were a fan of my content were friends that I've already knew for a while, or other content creators that were in commentary. I never really had someone that was like, hey man, really, really like your work. Keep up the good work. I've had them in commentary, just not as much. A lot of my viewership would work off of how consistent or when I uploaded. Because a lot of them weren't returning viewers. A lot of them were new people looking in to see what happened to their favorite YouTuber and what they have done. So they don't really know who the fuck I am. I'm just like the news reporter, basically.
Interesting. But now, what's it
now? Like? It feels different. I've been getting people who like I barely or don't talk to. They reach out to me and they're like, "Hey, good shit. Really like it. Keep up the good work. You'll do amazing within a year's time." And I'm like, that's so encouraging, dude.
I mean, that helps with burnout so much, having someone just be like, I love this. Like,
oh yeah. It makes you feel like what you're putting out is worth something at the very least. So it makes you want to continue to upload and entertain the people who like the shit you put out.
So seeing the response and the feedback of your new videos, do you feel like there was any reason to be afraid in the first place of switching content?
Yeah. I would say so. I feel like it was a sense of not like how my viewers would perceive it or if they would like it per se or not. I didn't really care deep down. It's something that I really just wanted to do. I was more afraid that YouTube was going to destroy my channel because I was going against the algorithm and changing up what I originally was putting out. Because, like I said, with like Tipster and all of that, you pivot content, you were going against YouTube's algorithm, you're not putting out what you used to put out, your fan base is not going to like that, they're going to see your newer shit in the recommendation, they're not going to click on that. YouTube algorithm's going to turn around and say, hey, your subscribers don't like your shit, so we're going to push it out less and less, and you fall into an endless hole of just being fucked, basically. So that's what I was just more terrified of.
You try and upload frequently, but do you have like do you feel like you have an overall game plan for your content? Or are you like, I'm gonna make this on this day, I'm gonna grow to this amount, I'm strategizing in these ways?
Yeah. The only real goals I have is just like my yearly goals. Like this year, I wanted to reach 10,000 subscribers before 2023. Next year, I probably want to do like 50,000. But that's really all I want to do with scheduling and all that. I want to upload when I feel like I want to upload, and I feel most comfortable of my video. And if I rush it, it's not. Or if I rush it, I feel like I cannot explain this. God damn. I feel like if it's
like it
rushed,
has to come naturally, right?
Yes,
like,
yes.
It has to be an organic growth. It can't.
Thank you. Yes.
I got you. Do you feel like you're the kind of person who would reach out to others to collaborate on a video, try and grow in that manner?
Yeah. I try to collaborate with as many people as possible. One of my videos about a year ago was just this major collaboration about like not safe for work Twitter, and I love that shit, even though it has Craig Beckett in the video, and we all know what happened to him. But I try to do as many collaborations as possible. If it's streaming, I want people to co-host with me and have like us bounce back our energies and have like a very entertaining stream. If it's a video, I would like some people to talk about a specific topic, and yeah.
Do you prefer live streaming or recording?
Recording. I used to do live streaming, but I just feel like recording has a lot more benefits. Your videos or your end result's going to be a lot more polished. You're not going to have like any raw moments that could ultimately screw you up in the future. Like, you know, if you say the N-word on a live stream, you're screwed. But, you know, if you say it in a recording, edit it out. So, like,
I see what's going on in your recording sessions.
Yeah. I'm a terrible person.
By myself, I am the most racist. No, I'm kidding.
They call me Racist Cast for some reason. I don't know why.
That's like, the worst. You got to ditch that name. Get a new one. That's not going to work for you in the long term, I think. So recording, for certain.
Yeah, recording.
Do you feel like there's been times where you've been streaming and you've flopped? You've just...
Oh my god.
And you end the stream and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
yeah. It's like a 50-50. Either like I'm gonna have a really good stream with good viewers, good co-hosts, we're all gonna have so much fun, have so many funny jokes involved, or we're gonna have a stream where I have a couple technical difficulties, people who are running late to be on the co-host, and I just like get frustrated the first 30 minutes. I say, my internet's cut out, and I don't restream.
Do you, are there things that lead up to those streams that make them that way? Or is it just luck of the draw? It's whatever that day's gonna hand you.
I think it's more of an energy thing. If you're not going into the stream with high energy and you're not feeling it that day, you're not gonna have a good stream.
Yeah,
I feel like any streamer can attest with that.
I do think that is some of the benefit of recording, is like, you can do it in bursts. It's a sprint. It's not like a long-term run. Whereas with the streaming, it's like, well, I'm going to be here for minimum an hour and a half. Like, you know, to an hour to an hour and a half, possibly up to 3 hours. And if I'm dead by the end of it, then it's not fun at all. But if I get to the end of my recording and I'm like, that last section didn't have energy, I can go back the next day and I can record the next day and, refill. And you said, cut things that going, let me check my notes real fast.
All right.
All that stuff. You can chop all that out. How long, you said you were editing for yourself up until June, right?
Just about, yes.
Were you always using Filmora?
When I was not using Filmora, I was using Share Factory on the PlayStation.
Damn.
Objectively, the worst editing software you could ever use. I would rather use iMovie than that. But yes, I've been using Filmora ever since I've been editing on the PC. I get a lot of shit for doing that, but I enjoy it. I think it's... I'm not John Swan levels of editing, so I don't need to have an Adobe Premiere or something like that. And Filmora isn't horrible. This is already becoming like a sponsored event. I'm just like telling your viewers to go buy a Filmora.
Filmora for you.
Use code TIREDCAST for 10% off.
Use code RACISTCAST to get banned from Filmora. You're like, dear God, why are we? Where did the Baldcast meme come from?
Okay, so this was 2021. I was streaming Outlast with the JD crew. That was It's Bunny, Panthers, Caduce. Those were the people in the stream. There was a couple other in the JD crew, but it was us four doing that stream. And I think I was just high off my ass, or I was scared shitless, or one of the two. And I would have, Panthers and Bunny just, talk shit about me. Just to, entertain it. Be like, yeah, pussy boy scared of the piggy boy, yeah, Uh-oh. What am I... Uh-oh.
Dude, it wouldn't be a recording without the technical difficulties. It's okay.
No. Okay. Are we back? Yeah,
back.
There
Nice.
we go.
So they're talking shit about you.
They're talking shit about me. And on that day, I had a botched haircut. I had, instead of this long-ass curly hair,
Voluptuous,
I had
silky
nothing.
hair.
It was, bald. It looked bald. It was, buzz cut and shit, all that. And they just kept calling me Baldcast. And then sooner or later, the chat was starting to spam Baldcast, and it made its way over to Twitter. And it just wouldn't let up. Nowadays, you have people just call me Baldcast out of nowhere. There was one person in my Discord server who called me Baldcast, and this other person who was, I guess, just a new viewer of mine who had no clue what the hell was going on. He was trying to defend me,
He's
telling
not
the person
bald.
to stop
He does
bullying.
have hair.
He has hair. Come on, stop! It's just a big forehead. Come on, it's okay.
So I'm thinking 100,000 subscribers, you're going bald?
Originally, it was supposed to be 10K.
So 10K subscribers are going bald.
I wanted to do, if I did the goal of 10K before the year is up, I wanted, a couple of friends of mine to shave my hair, and then I told them, you know what? It's getting close to that, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Let's back out of that one.
So your hair can always grow back. I've had lots of different hairstyles over the years. I've shaved my head multiple different times. It comes back. I
don't know, man.
Someone's gonna call you a skinhead while you're shaved. It happens, and you just gotta know that's not the case and move on. Your hair grows back. You'll have your curls in no time.
I just don't know, man. My dad started to lose his hair when he was 25, 26. So I have my days very much numbered with my hair. Every day I kiss my hair goodnight because I don't want it falling off when I wake up.
Where did he start losing his first? Was it in the center?
It was
right up here.
Yeah. So it's going to be very noticeable very quickly. Unless it's keeps.com. Use code RACISTCAST for 10% off.
Use code RACISTCAST to not be called a skinhead later on in life.
Don't be like me, folks. The skinhead.
Jesus Christ. No, if you start losing your hair, have you thought about this? Are you going to lean into it and just, it's all gone? Or are you going to try and like comb it down? Or what are you thinking?
I would genuinely use keeps. I would make sure this hair stays on my head for as long as possible. Women hate bald guys, bro. Unless I am Johnny fucking Sins, I am screwed being bald.
Dude, people like Mr. Clean. Are you kidding me? Like, you just got to get kind of buff. People.
Himself. Body positivity.
His wife that's off screen and we've never heard about. She loves
wife
him
who went to
he is.
Wisconsin a couple months ago and never came back because she just couldn't stand him.
So, have you been doing streaming very often lately?
I wanted to get back into streaming. I've been doing it not even once a week anymore. It's been a lot more inconsistent. I want to get back into streaming though. I usually have fun if I have the good day with people.
That's always, I'm like, I do want to go back on Twitch. I do want to, I like the people, it's fun to interact. And I just don't do it. Like, I think I've tweeted 2 or 3 times, like, should I start streaming again? Everybody's like, yes. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Streaming never happening again. You'll never see me live.
It's interesting because I find I have found that growth on Twitch was quite a bit faster than growth on YouTube, at least for me. I mean, the levels for monetization are so much lower that, once you hit those, if you got people that really like you and really support you, then it is... I had been making some money off of it, and also just having a good time because everybody was hanging out and chilling. But on YouTube, I found it's much more incremental. It's a lot more, I don't know.
I agree to a sense. When I first started everything out with Tiredcast, I got Twitch monetization way before YouTube monetization. I think I got Twitch monetization in 2019, and then YouTube was mid to late 2020. But with that, I didn't get my first paycheck until 2 years later on Twitch. The most amount of viewers I would go and a consistent value was 7. And ever since then, I would stagnate it off. Whereas with YouTube, I could get... It was a lot more sporadic. I could have one day where I have 2 viewers, but the next day I could have 20. And I feel like with YouTube, there's a lot more of a snowball effect. Once you get your own footing on YouTube, you can grow a shit ton. Whereas with Twitch, it's more you can get somewhere, but once you get to that place, you're not going to grow anywhere.
It's you're still having to just claw increment by increment kind of a thing.
I remember listening to a podcast. I don't remember which podcast it was, but it was with Ludwig Ahlgren. And he goes on to explain the reason he grew on Twitch was solely because of outside traffic from YouTube and Twitter and all that. Because Twitch doesn't favor people who grow from the ground up there. If you look at their analytics, the only recommendations you get is 10 different channels on the side of your screen, and even then, you would have to look for it.
Right.
It's not just there in your face. And whenever you would go to a game topic, like Counter-Strike, they would show the top streamer first.
Right,
so you're more bound to click on that. So it's just, I feel like it's a lot harder to grow on Twitch.
Do you have any experience on TikTok?
Sadly, I do. TikTok was something that I both wanted to get into because the analytics and the algorithm is so easy.
It's really crazy. The TikTok algorithm is different. It's
so good. My TikTok account has 20 followers, I guess. And my third upload surpassed 1,000 views within the first hour. And what the
right?
I would never get that in YouTube. How the hell did this happen? And
TikTok's just I don't know, we'll have people see this just in case they like it. That's literally kind of how they'll send you something and you're this has 2 likes. I'm one of 5 people who's seen this video. And TikTok was just I don't know, do you like it? Did you tell me? Just keep scrolling if you don't. It's no big deal. Like,
oh yeah, it's TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and I think even Instagram Shorts work off of this algorithm in the sense that like Shorts is basically a bag of chips, right? You're gonna stick your hand in it, you're gonna take a chip out, you're gonna eat it, and you're not gonna look at how much chips are left or anything. You're gonna put your hand back in and keep eating mindlessly, and that's you just scroll. And that's just you just scrolling over and over again on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that again. Hi. Hi. You're a nuisance, you know that?
He knows.
But yeah, it's in the sense that like you just keep scrolling over and over again. And that's why I love that algorithm. You're going to grow really fast because people are just going to want to scroll.
So like what is your content on there? Just like clips? Are you doing the WAP challenge? Like
I wish I was doing the WAP challenge, but instead I don't really know what I want to do on there. I first did like commentary, but then I moved it to like I look at stupid videos and I mimic them. Like one of my videos that I was planning on doing was that like there was just 2 pairs of glasses and like this guy had a hammer and he was like, this is what the off-brand glasses look like. And he smashes the glasses with a hammer. And he goes, this is what the safety glasses look like. And he softly presses the hammer down onto the glasses as if we're not supposed to, as if we're 3-year-olds who don't understand velocity or anything like that. So I wanted to do like, I grab 2 glasses and I'm like, glass cups, and I'm like, chesting out the cheap versus expensive glasses, and then like haul the glass down and it shatters everyone. I just place down the other one. That's just like mimicking stupid shit just to get a rise out of it. That's what I really wanted to do there.
I mean, I think there's some value to that on TikTok because I think it does something to your brain after you've been scrolling for like 30 minutes that you're just like, you're susceptible. You're willing to look at something and either be like, this is extremely funny, or like, this is informative. I'll go back on my likes and I'll be like, this is okay. Like this, but at the time I was like, this is the shit. This is, it's like when you used to like, back in the day when they had like 9gag and you'd just be scrolling through meme after meme. Then 30 minutes later, you're like rolling laughing at something that's just like farts. And you're like, this is the peak of comedy. This is. You
see like they did a surgery on a grape and like you're on the floor just shitting out of laughter. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen since sliced bread.
Surgery on a grape.
Oh my god. Bro, Sprite cranberry.
That's what it is, though. You get in that TikTok like hole, and then when you close the app, your brain's like got this cloud over it. You're like, where was I? I was in a different zone. Like,
I went down this like Instagram Shorts hole that like just surprised the shit out of me, and it was like these Eastern countries like Russia or like I don't.
It's like people in the
like
Baltics,
Slavic countries.
and Slavic countries.
They do like a girl who is like slim, thick, bro, like curves everywhere, tight shirt, tight leggings and all that, and they walk up to like a guy and they'll do like a cartwheel and shove their fucking kitty in the guy's face like without consent. And it's like the guy you can see gets visibly uncomfortable, but the whole thing is that it's an obvious skit as well. You can easily tell that it's wholly faked. So it's like you're faking sexual harassment.
It's like old prank videos kind of thing. Yeah, they're making a comeback overseas.
I'm gonna prank this chick by slapping my nuts on her face. That's gonna be funny as fuck. That'll get me 3 likes.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen the TikTok trend that is going on right now of like recipes that are just horrific disasters. Like, what? There's like 5 people in particular that just everything they make is just like, you and your husband spent 2 hours thinking of the nastiest shit you could have, and then the whole time you're like, wow, this is amazing. Oh my god. Let's freeze the chicken, shred it, we'll case it in mac and cheese, we'll deep fry that, we'll roll it in batter, we'll bake it, and it's a cake mac and cheese chicken. You're like,
and you're
why?
like,
yeah. And I'm just like, I know why they have so many views and likes, and it's just because you can't stop watching them. You're just like, this is a train wreck happening on my screen right now.
They do so well at, like, having disturbing content that is not too disturbing that you click away from. Like, I know who you're talking about. It's that, like, one lady who's in, like, this rich-ass house.
Yeah, and, like, she's got, like, marble countertops.
Yes, and, like, the husband in the camera's hyping everything up that she's doing.
Oh, my God, honey, that looks delicious.
So good. I saw this one video where, like, she was making, I guess, a root beer fruit punch float in her damn toilet. And, like, after she was done, she gave it to her guests. And it's like, what the fuck? That you gave your guest hepatitis, bro. What? Yeah, but you can't click away.
I know. You can't. You're just like, no, please stop. But I can't.
Don't give it to your guests.
Oh, you
just give it to the guests. I gotta rewatch the reaction,
and
dude.
Even the guests are like, wow, this looks delicious. And you're like, you're all frauds.
Their face is melting off from whatever disease they just contracted. It's so good.
It's so good. Off screen, just puddles on the ground where the guests used to be. Honey, I'm glad we could have people over. This was so much fun.
They become like the Resident Evil zombies where after they die, they melt.
I'm playing through Resident Evil 4 for the first time. It's pretty good. I'm on chapter 5 at this point. It's pretty good. Ashley's okay. She's kind of obnoxious. I keep accidentally shooting her, but
accidentally. Yeah.
She stands up in front of my gun.
I've never played Resident Evil 4. I love the Resident Evil franchise. Even the early ones where the puzzles made no fucking sense and you were standing there for 2 hours not knowing that an emblem goes into a fireplace. I love them. Like, Resident Evil 2 has to be one of my all-time favorite zombie games. But, like, I've never played Resident Evil 4. And I think I want to get into it and make a review about that doing the VR version. I feel like that would be terrifying. Yeah. Even if it's like the fast-paced Resident Evil, that's still scary as shit, bro.
Well, it's interesting. It has at least what our cursory research. I've not played any Resident Evils. I've only seen playthroughs of, like, you know, Biohazard and stuff like that. But 4 had the best reviews from what we were looking at. And so I was like, I guess I gotta get it. And it's a classic of its time. It's got the very limited control scheme that just fucks you up when you get stressed out. 'Cause you're just, I can't fucking... And then you shoot Ashley and you're like, God damn it! Like,
just wait until the remaster comes out where, like, the controllers just feel very smooth and it's not going to be unsettling anymore having, like, you press a button and, like, it does basically nothing, or it throws you across the entire screen. However those old controls work for a game.
Did you play Biohazard VR?
No. I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole.
What? Is it too scary?
Fuck yeah, it is! Oh my god. Even, like, the console version of Biohazard was deemed to be one of the scariest Resident Evil games. Like, god yeah.
So no VR Biohazard review coming in our future.
One of these days when I'm not a scared coward, I would do it.
Scared cast.
Yeah.
Coward
scared
cast.
Racist cast.
There you go. Well, I appreciate you coming on and answering some questions. My question to you at the very end, do you got anything to plug?
Do I have... yeah, I got a YouTube channel. If you couldn't tell, it's Tired Cast.
Damn.
It's crazy.
I was interviewing Tired Cast the whole time.
I know. It's like one of those Jimmy Fallon skits where Drake is dressed up as an interviewer. That's me. I'm Drake.
Dude, that was another one of those things I came across after I had been scrolling memes for a long time. And I was like, this is the funniest thing ever. No one knows he's Drake.
How could you not tell by his stupid Canadian accent?
He looks just like Drake. Are you kidding me?
If that was me, I would have been so smart and said, hey, that's Drake.
Start singing his songs to him. Like,
I would have been like, double cup of love. You the one I lean on.
Been like, yo, man, you're out of the wheelchair. It's good to see you.
I would have been like, Drake, girl, you a lesbian girl? Me too.